All right, welcome to Jarhead Hot Takes. I am your favorite Jarhead. Okay, I'm a Jarhead. Maybe not your favorite Jarhead, but by gum, I'm a Jarhead. And these are my hot takes. So, hence the title, Jarhead Hot Takes. So, we've been on here now. This is, I think, our fourth day doing this. I was a little late yesterday, so I apologize to everybody for that. But hey, we're here. You can always make comments. You can always interact with me, ask questions, whatever it is that you would like to do. I'm here for it. I'm up for it. So, but with that being said, these are just short 15, 20-minute discussions that I'm going to talk about, just different hot takes on different topics. And we try to make it fun, and we're going to go with that. With that, I will say the statement: every generation talks trash about the next, but each one steps up when it matters. Man, that's a lot to take in right there. Every generation talks trash about the next, but each one steps up when it matters. I've got to be honest with you. I remember when I first came in back in the year of our Lord, 1999. But when I first came in the Marine Corps, those older guys looked at us and were like, oh my God, we are in trouble. Ooh, man, are we in trouble? These young dudes don't know what the heck they're doing. They hadn't figured it out, and there's no way that they're going to be able to move forward and do what we got to do and all those types of things. Which I don't know, maybe to a certain extent that was the case. I don't know. I personally don't think it was, but hey, whatever, it is what it is. But then all of a sudden, one of the cool things that happened, uh, you know, we did step up. That generation did step up and move up and do what they had to do, right? During time of war, it happened. And that's the great thing, is we all go through the life-changing events of boot camp, recruit training, whatever it is you want to call it. But we all go through that life-changing event, which does change us and helps us grow up a little bit. Maybe not all the way, but I'm still, I'm almost 50 years old and I don't think I've grown up yet. So there's that. But if you look at all that and you say, you know what, that next generation, and that, like when I was coming up and we did step up in that war, and think of all the great individuals that went to combat. They went over there, they did their job, they did what they had to do. Even if they didn't go to combat, they were still supporting, they were still doing everything, and they stepped up. We stepped up whenever we came in, and I always thought to myself back then, I was like, man, these guys just don't understand. Like these old guys, man, these don't get us. They don't understand us. They just think that we're crap and we can't get things done. And as time went on, and I stayed in the Marine Corps longer and longer and longer, well, before you knew it, I was one of the old guys. I was up there in rank, and I was up there making decisions and looking at these young guys and thinking to myself, oh my God, these dudes, they have no clue what they're doing. That it's just, there's no way they're going to step up. This generation is just trash, man. They don't know anything, and da 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 da. Yeah, I did, but like I said, every generation talks trash about the next, because they're not as good as we were, right? My generation is better. Um, I don't know, maybe not. You can put it all on the table and you can figure it out, but. Um, Even with that said, and this is what I think. This is where I take it from. You look at that next generation. Well, you're going to find what you're looking for. Ooh, golly, you're gonna find what you're looking for. What do I mean by that? Well, you you look at that next generation, and if you see, and all you see is somebody that's not going to step up, somebody that is a piece of trash, and they don't know what they're doing, and all of these things, if that's what you see, yeah, maybe you need to take a look in the mirror, because you are getting out of that next generation what you are putting into it, and or what you think you see. So if you think they're trash, you're going to treat them like trash, right? So you need to be looking for and trying to find in that next generation. You need to find those individuals that stand out, and you go, now that's what the next generation's about, because every generation has them. I had Marines that came in that I was like, oh my God, this dude is incredible. And those are the guys we got to grab hold of. And those are the guys that we got to say, this is the next generation, not the guys that are trash. We talk about the guys that are, man, they're motivated. They're out there. They're doing things. They're the hard chargers, right? Those are the individuals. That's the next generation. But we get wrapped around, right? Everything we see, everything, no matter where you go, you can go on social media. Thanks, Jim. I appreciate that. You can go on social media. It doesn't matter where you go. What are you going to see? I promise you, you're going to see the negative. It's going to happen. And it happens way, way too often, in my humble opinion. We need to find the good in people. We need to find the good in everybody around us and everything that's going on. And that's really what we're doing. We're here to lift each other up. We're here to talk about the positive side of things, right? And when you're looking at positive and you're trying to find the positive, then you magically become more positive, right? It's like that saying that everybody hates, right? Uh, oh, let me think. How's it go? Um, oh man, I'm losing it. Oh man. Um, anyways, so when you're doing this and you're looking at it, go find a positive. There's so many people out there in the younger generation, right? I'm in the older generation, or I say older. There's much more older than me. I get it, but there's that generation out there, and you look at them. Don't take the small few that are doing the negative and judge everybody based off of that. And instead, find the ones that do incredible things and judge that next generation off of that. Because we all know that those that do incredible things, those that go above and beyond, those that do that are going to be the ones that excel. They're going to be the ones that get put in the leadership positions. They're going to be the ones that go on to do great things, that are going to lead those that may be struggling. And a lot of times, those that are struggling, guess what they do? They end up eventually, boom, they shoot to the top too, because they get good mentors, right? And that's a really good thing. Saturday is the Marine Corps League Detachment 924, Knoxville, Tennessee Marine Corps Mud Run. I will update, guys. I will be doing the Marine Corps League recruiting. Awesome. Jim's going to be out there. So if you're in the Tennessee area, Knoxville, Tennessee, to be specific, because Tennessee is a pretty big state. But if you're out there, go get muddy. Go on a run. Go do something like that. Jim will be out there. Make sure you stop and say hi to Jim. Jim's a great guy. He always comments, and I appreciate it, Jim. You always come on here, whether it's this or whether it's one of a different podcast or live or something like that. You're always there for me. I appreciate you. But yeah, don't forget, go out there. So looking at the positive, right? You look at the news. How many times do we look at the news? And you know what? I'd be curious, and I probably should do this at some point in time, but look at the news reports and see the good things that they report on versus the negative things that they report on. Which one do you think is going to be the most reported? I guarantee you, from what I've seen, it's the negative. Maybe it's because I'm looking for the negative when I'm looking at the news. Could be. Maybe I'm the one putting the negative spin on it. And maybe I shouldn't be. And which is one of the reasons I don't even watch the news, to be honest with you. I don't. I get all my news from all the social medias, right? The face pagers, the Xers, the TikTokers, the YouTubers, the uh, Instagrammers. That's where I get my news. And if it was on any of those, it doesn't matter what was said. It's 100% gospel, right? We all know that it is. They play the negative too much. Yeah, agreed. I'm just kidding. They're not. It's not gospel. I can tell you. Even what I'm saying here is not gospel. It's just this jarhead right here. It's my hot take on things. It's not the hot take of the world as a whole. And so just keep that in mind. This is my hot take. But let's look at the positive in people, man. There's so much good in people that are around us every single day that we don't even pay attention to. And why is that? It's because our brains, the way we operate, the way we've been trained over time, is to look at the negative, to concentrate on the negative, right? Instead of focusing on the positive that's happening, focus on the good individuals that are out there. Those are the ones that we need to focus on. Those are the ones that are going to motivate us. Those are the ones that are going to get us excited about stuff. We're going to see that that next generation, is not trash, and that they're going to do good things, because like this says, like this quote says, every generation talks trash about the next, but each one steps up when it matters. And that has been so true. It's been so true on every level, throughout history. And they may not do it the same way that you would have done it, but they do it in another way. And they're able to push forward. They're able to get things done and accomplish the missions. And that's one of the great things about our military. Whether we want to admit it or not, we always want to talk trash and say, "Oh, they're not as good as us," and da da da. Back in my day, da 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 da. All the old fogey terms. That's us. Me. I'm an old fogey now, but we're the ones that think that way, and we got to push past that. We got to just look at that new generation and think positive things. Look at them and see the positive in the individuals. That's important. And that's really what I wanted to talk about today. That's my hot take, right? Every generation steps up when it's needed. And that's a fabulous thing. And I think it's important for us to recognize that. It's important for us to just see the positive in that, and go forth and do things with them. Help those individuals, help push them and make them even better by giving them your advice, giving them your experience, right? Because that's what we have. We, as the older generation, what do we have? We have experience. Some of us have a lot of experience, meaning you're like 100 years old or something. I don't know. I'm only half of that, right? um and I pray it always stays that way. Absolutely, Jim. Yeah. And it will stay that way if we do that. And we have to look at that, you know, Lord willing and the creek don't rise, if we stay positive, everything is going to be staying in a positive light. So yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, I just think it's a good thing to get on here and talk about positive stuff. I remember back, there's a young Marine, right? I'll think back to, and this is just one of many, right? One of many good Marines that are out there. But a young guy, he came in. I was a staff sergeant already. He comes in as a motivated Lance Corporal, I think. And this guy, just a hard charging, just motivated, just outshined everyone, and it was amazing. I was in the band, so he came in the band, and he was like, right away, he's the caliber of Marine that could lead the unit musically. He could lead the unit when it came to physical training. He could lead the unit, like he could do everything as a lance corporal. And then he gets promoted to corporal, and it's like, man, there's no stopping this guy. And he would go out there. He was taking graduations, like young guy. He was conducting the band. He was doing everything, and going to martial arts stuff and doing. I mean, he was doing everything. Truly amazing individual. And that is one of the guys that I looked at and I said, you know what? There's something there. There's something in that guy. And I looked at the positive in what was happening. There was plenty negative. There were plenty negative individuals. There were plenty negative comments and people that hated their job and people that hated what we were doing and those types of things. But I focused on that one. And I was like, that dude's going to go somewhere. That guy's going to be the top eventually. And years and years down the road, guess what? He became the top. He was at the tip. He's at the pinnacle right now, CWO5. You know who I'm talking about. If you're out there, you know who it is. Navajo, Navarro. You're out there. Thank you for what you've done. But a positive influence on everything that he touches and everybody that he sees. And that's the type of individual that we need to focus on, because the good is out there. We just have to look for it, because it naturally comes easy for everybody to look at the negative. We could all be negative Nancy's. It's super easy to be a negative Nancy. It is not super easy to put our confidence, put our faith, put our just our best foot forward with those positive individuals. Sometimes people look at those individuals and it's just like, man, It's a kiss up, right? That's one of the things people say. Oh, he's just a kiss up. You know what? If the dude's doing good, let him do good, and then push him in that direction. But I don't know. Every generation, right? And we all talk trash. I think that's in good sportsmanship within the military ranks. I think we like to talk trash to one another, as is it. Anyways, it doesn't matter, especially if it's friends, right? We talk more trash to our friends than we do anybody else. But uh, at the same time, we have to recognize that there is good, right? Each generation is going to step up, and they are going to do what needs to happen, no matter if it's war, if it's not time of war, if it's it doesn't matter what the mission is. It doesn't matter if it's the civilian side and you're working somewhere. Find those guys that are positive. Find those guys that are doing those things and highlight them. Make those guys shine, right? Put forth your best foot forward and your best effort in making those individuals even better than what they are now. Let them learn from your mistakes. Let them learn from your trials and tribulations, and really just pour into those individuals. That's what we need to be doing. All right. With that, my mom commented nothing. Okay, that was good. With that, hey, you guys rock. Thanks for tuning in. We got more people on this time, probably because I actually came on when I said I was going to come on, which is pretty cool. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining. Thanks for commenting and leaving some thumbs up and the hearts and all the other good stuff. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this. It's a lot of fun. And hopefully we can get more and more people involved in this. And we'll just see where it goes. If you ever out there, you have a topic that you want me to have my hot take on it, then shoot me a message. Let me know. You can find me on all the socials and all that good stuff, but just let me know and I will do my best to bring that topic to light as well and just give you my hot take on it. All right, with that, hey man, thanks. Cat says hi. Hello everybody. This is Cat. This is the Cat. She is my podcast partner. She hears me talking up here and she has to come and say hi. She gets her loves. This is where she does it. She doesn't do it on the couch or anywhere else. She has to come in here when I do a podcast to get her loves. Anyways, sorry, I went off topic there. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. Thank you to everybody out there. Don't forget, 11:30 Central Time. This is when we're going to be doing these hot takes, 15, 20 minutes. No big deal. Just a little bit out of our day. Hopefully it's during your lunch period and you can get a little bit of motivation and some positivity out of life, which is what we're trying to do here. All right, with that, Jim says, hey, Cat. Yeah, buddy. And then my mom says, good job. All right. So thank you guys. Me and Cat, we've got stuff to do. So we're going to go do that stuff. And I hope everybody has a good day. Remember, be positive. Go out there and be a positive influence. Go out there and help those motivators, the ones that are doing good things. Go help them. And remember that even though you may talk trash about that next generation, remember, each one steps up when it matters. So just keep that in mind. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Stay motivated. Change your side. The Lost Art of Fishing Stories, written by Andrew Cox. Get your copy today. Go to Amazon and search The Lost Art of Fishing Stories.